We have some more questions to answer today. And the first one is from a woman, 36 to 45. She said, I would like a deeper understanding of my sexual desires and needs in preparation for ultimate mind-blowing sex with the right person. That sounds awesome. Well, how do you get a deeper understanding of your sexual desires and needs? No one can tell you about your sexual desires and needs but you. You have to explore. You have to become conscious. You have to build awareness. How do you do that? Well, I use what I call the self-empathy meditation, which is an experience of going into and feeling your body and feeling the sensations that are arising as you're just with your body and bringing your focus and your attention and your breath to those places. I can provide instructions for that, or just Google Ryan's self-empathy meditation, you'll find it. But it sounds to me a little bit like this person is waiting for something, like there's going to be this big experience, and you need to look at it as a staircase, as a progression. As I said before, I've done way over 100, probably almost 200 days of training now, just in sexuality, or primarily focused on sexuality. And, you're always learning, you're always experiencing, you're always expanding, plus practice, plus your next partner, plus your next experience with your partner, plus talking to them. That's not something that happens. It's something that you work on and you develop. So anyway, again, I have programs to help people do this. There's other programs, there's books you can read to help yourself do this, but this is going to be a practice. It's going to be a long-term thing. It's not going to be, well, when you get it, boom, then you'll have the ultimate mind-blowing experience. No, you'll have an ultimate mind-blowing experience, and there'll be another one, and another one, and another one. And it'll keep going up as long as you're willing to put time and energy into this practice and research. Confidence, understanding how my mind works, not knowing my capabilities, fear of rejection. All right, that's why she said it couldn't happen. All of those things are solved with practice. So, I have a man who's 45 who said, what goals do you have? He says, I want to be able to charm my partner without any self-consciousness. And what would your life be like if you had that? He says, more satisfaction of my male instinct to have control and dominance over my woman. Okay, so I just hear there's a kink, there's a fetish, there's something that turns you on there. Awesome. And what has kept you most from having that in the past? Not sure that it is a genuine science. And even if it is, whether I'm qualified to learn it. Well, let me tell you, you are qualified to learn anything and everything about your body, your intimacy, your sexuality, all of your possible pleasure. I want to use another P word. Experiences, possible, no, pleasure possibilities. Anyway, yes, you are. The first thing that I read about this years and years ago is called the Sex God Method by Daniel Ward, I think. And he used dominance, emotion, variety, and immersion. Devi, that was his formula for sex. And that can be a good place to start diving into that. Again, we do dive into all of this stuff in my course, but you can definitely learn it in a lot of places. And again, you as soon as you decide that you're qualified to learn it, you will learn it. When you decide you're qualified to become a millionaire, you will take the steps to become a millionaire. That's how life works. You control it. No, there's no gatekeeper for your own sexual pleasure. There's no person who's in charge of telling you when you've qualified or when you haven't. So thank you. Excellent question. All right. Next one. Okay. Strong, powerful, what goals do you have? A man 45 plus. Strong, powerful, hard erections, erotic dreams, open to all sexual suggestion. And what happens is when I ask people, what do you want in this arena? They always answer with something that's non-concrete. They always answer with something that's fuzzy. And so they say, I want to have more pleasure. And I'm like, okay, what does more pleasure seem like to you? What would you be seeing, feeling, doing, experiencing if you had more pleasure? One thing that I say is, if someone says, I want true love, and you say, okay, we're going to work to help you get true love as a coaching client, there's a couple of variations for that. One variation for true love, and I say, what does true love mean to you? And one person says, true love for me is moon that walks along the beach hand in hand. And for another woman, She says, true love for me is being gagged in leather in chains and whipped and being called a whore, right? So these are dramatically different uh, explanations of true love, right? And if we're going for the one, if I think, okay, you want those romantic moonlit walks and what you want is something much more intense, then I'm not going to be able to support you very well in getting your goals. We're going to be going to two different places if I'm coaching you through that. So again, I ask him and he provides a couple things. Hard erections, that's good. But erotic dreams and open to sexual suggestion. A third one, okay, what does that mean exactly? So would the result be I'd be happy, more sexual, more aroused all the time? Now, if he was a coaching client and he was sitting in front of me, I would keep asking questions about that. Well, if you were more aroused all the time, how would your life change? What would you be seeing or feeling or doing or experiencing? Thanks to Jason McLean for giving me these questions. And then he would give me more details about what that means for him or how he could experience that. And I said, what has kept you from having that in the past? Background, gay experience takes away from my hetero experience. And I'm sensing some shame here. He says, well, I had some gay experiences, therefore I'm not enjoying hetero sex as much. Okay, maybe you're bisexual, maybe you're gay. I mean, you get to decide these things. These are fluid, these are in a continuum. And there's nothing wrong with anything that you've experienced so far. You get to decide, you get to experience, you get to go for what you want. And therefore, let's let go of the shame and the guilt around whatever happened in the past. And let's just focus on what we have. And again, there's ways to get more erotic dreams. There's trance journeys that you can do for that. You can have better experience with suggestion and erotic hypnosis and trance work by practicing. So that can definitely happen. And the erection thing, I'm going to talk about that in just a minute because I have many people who have asked me about that. So I will get to that. Let me just find one other person. Okay. All right. So somebody wrote, I want to be able to have erections whenever I desire, either by mentally, using a trigger word, or visualizing it. And frequently getting powerful erections will make me happy because my body is aging. I haven't been having them lately. And this makes me sad to hear because in my experience, I created just one YouTube video and it's called Hard Powerful Erections. And if you go look at the comments of that video, you'll see a lot of men say, I watched this video and it totally helped. All of a sudden, I was ready to go again. And I've had that experience with clients, just working with trance at a distance. They're not touching anywhere. They're just listening to my voice on the phone, and they will, after that experience, go out and have a couple weeks of their powerful erections again, where they haven't had them for a long time. And that is a powerful experience for a man, especially if it's been an issue. And so, but what happens very often, I'm going to say almost inevitably, is they will go back to their old pattern of not having erections again. So why? Well, most sexual ailments have at least a psychological component, if not what could be described as a psychological cause. I don't like saying cause because there's many inputs coming into the body and there's many reasons for things that happen and we don't know. And there can be medical issues, which I encourage you to get resolved if those exist. But as far as erections go, there's a lot about the man, his life, his childhood, his current relationship. There's a lot of information. And the erection, his penis, becomes a barometer for what is actually happening in his sexuality, in his pleasure at any given moment. And so if a man has trouble getting hard, then what we usually need to do, and this applies to the same thing with women with anorgasmia or even men who are having premature ejaculation, is to start getting very curious. Instead of judgmental or angry at ourselves, we have to get curious about what the reasons are. Why is this happening? Why am I not getting hard when I want to get hard? And the meditation is valuable for that, really feeling in your body, really going to the sensations. And what is going to happen are some beliefs are going to pop up. Maybe there's other things in your life that are not how you want them to be, and you're penis is saying, hey, I want you to pay attention to this thing over here that's not working out. And, or your relationship, you're not feeling respected and you're not taking your own power. There can be so many different reasons. And the only way to discover it is to go into yourself, set the intent. All right, I want to be able to have, in this case, strong, powerful erections whenever I want. And then to put more and more awareness and consciousness into finding out what that's about, meaning you're meditating on it, you're journaling about it, you're writing about it, you're examining your beliefs about sexuality, love, men, women. That's a good place to start. Again, I support people through this. I support a lot of people through this, and I also have colleagues who do great work with this. You can accomplish it, you can get through it, and you need to make it a priority. You need to make it a focus. You need to let go, be willing to let go of your shame about it and dive into the question and really get curious about it for yourself. And as you do that and spend your time and focus on it with no judgment or shame or blame or guilting yourself, you're going to receive the answers that are going to enable you not just to have a short-term, okay, now it works again, but to have different patterns in your life that contribute to not only your sexuality, but everything else being how you want. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's a big one. The erections and not having the hard, powerful erections I want. So I did want to talk about that, and I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments, and please subscribe if you want to watch more of these videos. I'll send out an email about once a week and tell you what's going on and answer some of these questions and support you. Because you deserve to have all the pleasure that you can imagine and much more. Your body is a pleasure experiencing machine or magical gift. And as you dive in and experience that pleasure, as you open up to it, you're going to have a completely different experience of life. So many people come into our world and start working with myself or with colleagues, and their whole lives change. They thought it was about erections or orgasms or something, but their whole entire lives change. It's about their ability to be in flow, their ability to enjoy life, their ability to relax and enjoy their partners and their children. Everything changes when you begin. Money is a completely different issue that pops up. Their financial situation shifts and changes. There's just a lot that can happen when you start focusing on your own sexuality and your own pleasure and really diving into it and making it a priority instead of something that you ignore and go do real life. Because for me, sex, pleasure, connection, intimacy, this is real life. This is all the real life there is. And other things can be a distraction. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something. Ask me any question below and I'll put it into the list. And yeah, I'm enjoying these. I hope you do. And we'll keep talking and keep going deeper into the world of pleasure together.